CM Punk has shared an update on his injury status. Of course, he's been out injured. We know he's going to miss WrestleMania 40, another WrestleMania main event opportunity not available for CM Punk. However, he has given an update, a big update, on when he expects to return to the ring for WWE, as he spoke with Caroline Pearce after the UFC 298 event. And here is what CM Punk had to say about his current injury status. I'm going to read it here straight from the interview. You can find the link to the interview in the description below. Here's what Punk said, quote, "I'm a clumsy idiot. I tore my left triceps about 2 years ago, so the right one was jealous. I'm like an old car. I'm like a 72 Nova, you know what I mean? We have to change some parts every now and then. So once we fix up all the parts, the engine's still strong, we'll still be good to go. We're thinking maybe 6 to 8 months, but I'm not really in a rush to get back to compete. I'm in a rush to get healthy. I'm in a rush to get better. The sooner I do that, the better I'll be when I come back," end quote. So that is Punk's big update here on when he'll return. We didn't know the exact timeline when he was injured. Everybody kind of guessed it's going to be 4 months, it's going to be 6 months, longer than that, something, around there. He says 6 to 8 months, but I think what's important in that, quote is the fact that Punk said, hey, I'm going to tell you it's 6 to 8 months, but I'm also going to tell you that I'm really just in a rush to get healthy overall, meaning maybe that's not exactly the timeline that we're going to stick to. It's all going to depend on how his body heals from this injury, and really getting back to 100%, because let's call it what it is, right? I mean, we know that CM Punk has dealt with injuries now for the past couple of years, and it's something where this guy is 45. He's going to be 46 in October. And so if you put the timeline, right, if you say it's 8 months, it's February now, 8 months would be October. So let's say he comes back around the time that he's turning 46. We just know professional wrestling, and we know that there are always these possibilities for these injuries, just given the physicality of wrestling itself and all the things that come along with it. It is a grind on your body, and when you're in Punk's situation now, where you're getting older, you've already had a couple different injuries now that have kept you sidelined for a while, it's really important to make sure that you do not come back unless you are 100%. And people question, right? Hey, is this it for CM Punk? Is he going to be able to come back and do this again? I think that there's still a really good chance of that happening. I don't think this is going to be necessarily something where we don't see CM Punk return to the ring for WWE, given all things considered here. I mean, because again, this is an injury. He's rehabbed a very similar injury as we know before, basically the same sort of situation. But it's just a matter of getting it right, more so than trying to speed up the timeline to make sure you're back before X, Y, or Z, because you've got to get back for this match. You've got to get back for that match. And we know, too, they're already building up the return match. And we know who that's going to be if everything stays the same, which obviously comes with the question of, is Drew McIntyre going to re-sign with WWE? I've said before, I just can't imagine that they would be putting him in the spot that they're putting him, likely the winner to win the Men's Elimination Chamber match to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40. That's my prediction. Can't imagine they'd put Drew in that spot unless they were very, very confident they were going to get a new deal done contract-wise. And if he does stay around long-term, we're already building towards the Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk match. Whenever that return happens for Punk, we know we're getting that match because they're building it up with McIntyre trolling Punk on social media, doing the shirt, everything. Like, he has basically said he's responsible for this happening to CM Punk, so they're building up that big match whenever Punk does return. But I think, again, it is fair to look at this quote from CM Punk and realize this is not CM Punk of a decade ago, right? This is not the Punk of a decade or more. This is a Punk that understands now, especially, like, his body, and understanding that this is something that you cannot rush at this point in your career. You have to get this right, because the more these injuries rack up, the more kind of wear and tear that you get on your body from, this grind that is professional wrestling, it only makes the likelihood of those injuries occurring more, and again, we've seen this kind of in the past couple of years now, just the string of injuries and the things that have sort of kept him sidelined. And if 6 to 8 months is about the timeline, as we said, that's going to be sometime in around October, I would say, if you're going on the long end of that. Could it be August? We get back for SummerSlam, something like that. Although, I'm pretty sure the way the schedule is now, right? SummerSlam is usually earlier in August. So I don't know. I mean, is that a realistic possibility to get Punk back for that? And so what are the options now, right? Until CM Punk does make his return. I think a lot of people have pointed out the commentary thing. I think that's definitely something that is intriguing. And someone else, I think, was pointing out this particular scenario where it's like, if you put Punk on commentary, maybe not every week, maybe just put him in for special matches and those kind of things, you can always put him out there with a thought that, hey, you don't really know when he's ready to come back yet. You don't know if he's officially cleared. And so there's always that possible interaction where, CM Punk has gotten up from the announce desk and looks like he's good to go, right? Like, it looks like he's cleared, but that's way down the line, seemingly. If that's 6 to 8 month timeline, that's way down the line. So I don't know if that's something you want to be doing, like I said, every week. By no means do you want to do it every week or even every other week. Maybe just for special occasions a couple months down the line. Maybe not right now. Maybe get it as, he gets closer to that time frame to where people can at least have in the back of their mind, okay, maybe the recovery time is sped up a little bit. Maybe it's 5 months. Maybe it's something like that. And so I think there's something they could work with on there, but we do know now, based on this update from CM Punk, that it is likely to be 6 to 8 months before he returns to the ring for WWE, and we'll see, what CM Punk do we get whenever he returns. And again, it's just the injury luck that this guy's had in recent years has obviously not been the best, but there are a lot of big matches that they can still line up for CM Punk when he is ready to return. As we said, a Drew McIntyre match. There's still obviously the match they want to get to with Seth Rollins that they would have gotten to this year at WrestleMania 40. They can still get to that one. There's still the Cody Rhodes match that I think there's no doubt in my mind they want to get to based on everything they teased in that promo segment, everything they teased at the end of the Royal Rumble. There's plenty of stuff that you can do with CM Punk once he does make his return. But as I said, he's going to be 46 in October. These are the kind of injuries that you want to make sure you are 100% before you get back in the ring again. So if that time frame winds up being longer than 8 months, we'll see. Because I just think, as he said, that was the important line. Not so much the time frame he gave, but he just wants to get healthy, right? It's all about getting healthy, completely being ready to go so he can return to the ring and kind of, potentially cap off his career by finishing with multiple big matches in WWE before he officially retires. So there you go. There's the update from CM Punk on his current injury status. For more WWE news, reaction, all that good stuff, reviews here of shows, you can find that here on the Wrestling Reaction channel. New channel. Just enjoy talking wrestling with you guys. So hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about CM Punk's return. 6 to 8 months, it seems. And what were the matches that you would like to see once he does make his return? And what do you think kind of about CM Punk at this stage of his career with the injuries kind of racking up? Curious to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. And again, appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you again here soon at Wrestling Reaction.